This music perfectly sets the tone for the video. Why? Because of this. No, I did not purposely delete my Pokemon data. I'd rather kick a puppy before I even do that. It truly is a sad day when the battery of one of your old Pokemon games dies. It really is. It's like if your dog died. That's how sad it is. Like Marley and Me style. So, what do? I mean, now, when I say old battery died, I mean for the old Game Boy and Game Boy Color games. For the Game Boy Advance games, it's not too much of a problem. I mean, time-based events, which is like daytime, nighttime, yearly events that happen, like, once a year or once a month in your game, they won't, happen anymore. But when the battery dies in a Game Boy Color or Game Boy game, Pokemon, for example, you lose all the data. And the problem is you can't just, even if you can get past all the pain of, losing your entire childhood, an entire childhood worth of data. The thing is, you can't even just hit new game and just start all over again and just save like normal. No, because the save doesn't work anymore because the battery's dead. That sucks. I mean, I love Pokemon. I understand that, since these games are very old, and obviously they've improved the internal battery technology because, like I said, in the newer ones, time-based events only are really affected. So what do? There are a few answers, but I'm only going to go over one specifically, and hence that's also the title of the video. Okay, so you can go on eBay and Amazon and order a new game, but there's a problem with that. Because, and when I say new, I mean a different game, but I mean, these are 12 and 14-year-old games. Some are 13 years old, some are 11. I mean, you might be able to find one that has hardly been played, thus the battery life is at, its full potential. But you're still going to have a problem because the battery is eventually going to die, and that's if you find a durable game from a trustworthy seller, because the battery could be, the battery could only last for a few more days, and then, the seller might also not accept returns or returns past that date when the battery finally dies abruptly. Another option is you can replace the battery, but again, that will not solve the problem. The battery will still die. I mean, it's somewhat optimal. I mean, you could do it if you really want to play this game again. But, in 10-something years, 5 years, whatever, this is going to come up again. Then there's option number 3. You could, on Amazon, eBay, or any other places, you could get a new, and I mean new, factory-sealed, unopened game, Pokemon game. It's like someone bought it the day it was released or whatever, and they put it in their homes and just sealed it. away, and then like the price would go up because they're unopened collector's items. The problem is that for Pokemon games, especially like this, especially like games for Game Boy and Game Boy Color, like Blue and Red, they're like $500 to $600 on eBay and Amazon. Gold and Silver is like $400 to $500. I mean, that's a huge amount of money. So that's the main issue. But there is one option that's cheap, and you'll never have to deal with this battery shit ever again. I'm only going to focus on Pokemon SoulSilver, the unboxing, but I just want to get this out of the way. There has been a remake for Pokemon, not specifically the blue and red that were released in America, the red and green. Yes, the original Pokemon were red and green in Japan. This is the remake, Leaf Green, and the remake of red version is, hang on, Fire Red. Also, keep in mind, I just want to make this clear, this is a fake game right here. That's also another thing you should watch out for on eBay. I'll probably do a review on some fake Pokemon games, and I'll tell you the problems with them. So just, for now, let's just concentrate on the DS, because I wouldn't really much rely on the Game Boy Advance ones. But if you do get a used one, you will not have the problems like this. These are reliable used. Just don't get them. Make sure you check out the seller and the game. Make sure it matches up. So anyway, Pokemon SoulSilver for the DS. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking. A remake. That's it's not just enhanced graphics or anything. They're really changing a lot of stuff in this game, or they're adding new things. But as a remake, and coming to this as a fan of the entire Pokemon series, except for maybe Black and White, I have yet to complete those games and actually give it a review. But I'd really recommend this. They've not only contained the nostalgia, they've also added some great things to it, some great innovations, and it's really a fantastic game. I mean, super hardcore Pokemon fans might not like this, but I'm a pretty big fan, and I really enjoyed this game. It's not the case right now, because I keep it in, just wanted to show you guys what the case looked like. This is mainly going to serve as an unboxing video, but I just wanted to give some background information. I just didn't want to leave it as, just an unboxing. Now, as you may have noticed, there was something on the cover, and there's something right here. It is the Take Your Pokemon With You, Pokéwalker, accessory included. What this is that it's this little attachment that it's like, one of those, things that counts how many steps you take. This is sort of the equivalent like that. What you do is this is a little, you can have this thing clipped to your pants or on your belt or something. There, and basically, you walk around with this. I just wanted this to be preserved as new. I might use it someday. But, what you do is you pretty much take this out for a walk. You take it with you when you're walking. You get Pokemon. You can encounter Pokemon with this, and items, and you can trade it back to your original Pokemon game. That's pretty brilliant. I mean, that's a good way to actually get kids to exercise. But I don't think it would really work that well. I mean, it's just more of a little... I think kids will just be running around their house and then just tiring out after 5 minutes and then not have to do anything else. So, what I want to show you guys is a comparison of SoulSilver and Pokemon Silver. Game right here. Let's boot it up. Also, just for future references, this is where I keep my Pokemon games. When you reserve Pokemon Emerald, it's a nice little bonus. Alright, let's compare them side by side, shall we? This is the opening for Pokemon Silver. The light, by the way, is from my camera, so sorry about that. I'll try to move it so that it's not interfering. Pretty impressive opening. Pretty good for its time. But I think we should all give the remake a chance. After all, this was made by Game Freak. It's not like, you know, some company completely took over the remake. It's not like 343 took over the Halo anniversary of the remake of the first Halo game. Bungie had something to do with that too. You gotta admit, that was pretty awesome. Although it's a slightly different game, it still has the basic elements that we all know and love from the original game. I'm not going to bash it just because it's a remake. It's a very faithful, very amazing remake. I'd highly recommend it. The old one is still good, but let's face it, we need something that has, proper battery life. I'm not trying to bash this one, but for today's times, we really need a game that'll save. Alright, thank you very much for watching. I'm out.